Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the very first State of Texas State. I want to kick off today by giving credit where credit is due. The video you just watched features some of the remarkable achievements that you, our faculty and staff, made possible over the past year. So many people have stepped up to help us break records in applications, enrollment, research expenditures, and so much more. Please give yourselves a hand for a great year. The state of Texas State is strong. One of my favorite quotes is, "The best way to predict the future is to create it." That's exactly what we've been doing here for the past year. We've been building on a strong foundation, dreaming big and acting boldly to create an awesome future for our students, our employees, and our university. Thank you for all you've done to help us start this new academic year in such a strong position. My goal today is to give you a bird's eye view of where we've been over the past year at Texas State and also what's on the horizon for us. During our time together this morning, you'll hear from some vice presidents on my cabinet who will give you updates. I knew no one wanted to listen to me talk for 45 minutes, and so we're going to split this up a little bit. And we'll be talking about university priorities and what we'll be doing moving us forward. We'll also continue to enjoy remarkable musical performances like the Bobcat Marching Band that we heard earlier today that serenaded us just a little while ago. So we have a student, don't leave, we got a student production at the very end. So a special shout out to our performers who will be, student performers who will be here. And also you may have seen students standing at some of the entrances and exits around here. That group is now called the Gold Star Society. They used to be called the Student Foundation. And thank you to them for being here and helping us get herded all into this one room together today. It's been said that the two most important days in your life are the day that you're born and the day that you find out why. If you haven't found that out already, I hope that you will soon discover why you do what you do. I was reminded of my own why just a couple of weeks ago in this very space. The week before, I had met a student at a celebration for first-generation students who was graduating in August. Diana Zamora was a student speaker, so I was sitting beside her at the ceremony, and she told me about her mother who worked as many as 5 jobs at a time to provide for Diana and her 2 younger siblings. Her mother would sometimes take Diana to work to show her how hard that she had to work and how difficult her jobs were, and to show her how tough life was for her, and to encourage her to keep up with her studies. I had a chance to meet her mother later, and we had a great chat about her, what she did to help her daughter be successful. The next week, I greeted Diana as she walked across the stage at graduation, and she was wearing every honors code and medallion that Texas State has to offer. And as she approached me, she was nearly in tears, and I said to her, "You made it." And she said, "No, we made it." And she kind of like did this, and I was thinking about it wasn't just her mom that got her here, but it was all of you that helped her get from here to there. In that moment, I was reminded of my why, and I was thinking, will I find another student here like Diana that I can watch grow from a freshman to a senior and a graduate? And 2 nights ago, I was on the football field, and this young lady, this new freshman named Allison Sears, came up to me, found me in the crowd. She said, "I've been carrying around this bracelet. I thought I would find you someday. I wanted to give this to you. It's got a title of a Taylor Swift song on there. She knows I like Taylor Swift. It says 'All Too Well' is the title of the song. But said, I wanted to give you this because you know, I know you like Taylor Swift, but I also wanted to meet you and be your friend." And I thought, all right, I got a new Diana Zamora now. I'll be watching Allison Sears walk through her time here. Thank you all for all that you do to help all 39,000 students we'll have this fall go through and help them achieve what Diana Zamora achieved. You and I have a noble mission to help students get from here to there, and I have the best seats in the house watching you serve them. I couldn't be more proud to serve alongside you, and thank you for doing that. Last year, we launched an ambitious vision for Texas State's future called Our Hopes and Aspirations High. We identified 5 bold strategic imperatives: elevate student success, run to R1, increase enrollment, grow the Round Rock campus, and become an employer of choice. Notice those are 5 strong action words: run, elevate, increase, grow, and become. I firmly believe that these actions will move the needle to help us become the third flagship university in the state of Texas. And we have made tremendous progress positioning ourselves to achieve this vision in such a very short time. Let me share a few examples. We strategically reorganized across offices and divisions to streamline services and to break down silos. We created a new division of student success and launched new initiatives there, with more to come this year, including technology to help us intervene and provide extra support right along where students need it. We created a new division for research to lead our run to R1 and made targeted investments that are already moving the needle to grow PhD enrollment and to advance faculty and student research. We welcomed a new Vice President for Texas State Global to expand our online, international, and regional and national presence, and a new Vice President for the Round Rock campus to transform how the Round Rock campus serves its students and the greater region around North Austin. That just scratches the surface of the changes we've made, and I know some of you, it may be feeling like a lot of change. You may be experiencing what some folks call initiative fatigue. But it's my hope that you will begin to see the fruits of your labor are paying off, and that we leave here today energized in such a short time we have achieved so much together. And later you'll hear from a few of my colleagues for insight into our progress. Let's take a moment to celebrate how far we have come, and let's also take a breath and check in with how you're feeling. This past year has brought a lot of change, and sometimes that can bring uneasiness. I get that. Ernest Hemingway once wrote about a man who was asked about how he went bankrupt. The man's answer was, 2 ways, gradually and then suddenly. That's kind of like how most change happens. We have been gradually working towards, for example, becoming an R1 institution, and now it's about to happen suddenly. There's a lot of work going to happen at the very end here to get us across the finish line. In my talks with faculty and staff sometimes this year, I hear, why can't we move a little faster? Almost as often I hear, how about we pump the brakes a little bit and slow down? And that tells me we're in the right spot here. Reaching can be uncomfortable, and we've got reach goals in front of us. We are a dynamic, forward-thinking institution, making change and becoming better. We're being proactive and progressive. We're bringing many voices into our strategic planning process. We're being intentional about learning from the past, and we're being ambitious for the future. We're holding on tightly to the values that make us who we are, but releasing old practices that might have been holding us back. Indeed, change can be uncomfortable, but it's required to meet the evolving needs of the students and the world around us. So today, as we start the new academic year, let's reflect on our true north, the why we do what we do, our compass. It's the stories and experiences of our students that keep us energized and optimistic as we face the challenges in front of us. Some of you know their stories well, since you're on the front lines with them every day, serving as their teachers and mentors, providing services that they need to be part of the campus life. As of this morning, we have almost 39,000 students, or actually over 39,000 students enrolled at Texas State. Each of them has a different story. 39,000 different stories, 39,000 different challenges, and you are here to help them meet those challenges. A student right now may come to your mind, someone who's been a source of inspiration and a reminder of your why. I hope that's the case. It might be a hard-working undergraduate helping faculty members create innovative fuel in a research lab by day and stocking shelves at the outlet mall at night. Or a veteran with multiple deployments under her belt, earning a business degree to start a new chapter in her life. Or a first-generation college student who boarded an airplane for the very first time to join a study abroad group in Europe. My advice to you is to continuously return to your why. It could be these student stories, the support of your colleagues, or the research breakthroughs you're contributing to in your field of study. Whatever it is, remember why you are doing what you're doing. There's an African proverb that reflects the journey we're on as an institution. You may have heard me say it before. It goes like this: if you want to go quickly, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And we certainly do need to go far for our students, for our faculty and staff, for their families, and for each other, for our community, and for the state of Texas, and for the world. And the only way for us to succeed is as a united force. We must not lose any of the momentum we have built here together. Last year, we focused on setting our course and building momentum. This year, we'll go farther by implementing the 2023 to 2029 University Strategic Plan and making additional investments in our top priorities. Just last week, the Cabinet and I approved the new strategic plan, which will begin rolling out on September 1st. Thank you to each of you who played a role in creating it. This year is also about team building. We need teams that are grounded in collaboration to achieve our hopes and aspirations high. We have established new divisions and appointed new vice presidents. We need to build and support their new teams while remaining steadfast in our resolve to strengthening existing teams across the university. Only then will we have the capacity to be successful. The one thing I know about change is that it is constant. This coming year will continue to be about change as we respond to the forces within and beyond our control. Let me share 3 examples with you. First, Senate Bill 17 led all public universities to examine work in diversity, equity, and inclusion. Just a few weeks ago, I announced that we had dissolved the Division on Inclusive Excellence in response to that bill, in compliance with the new state law that goes into effect January 1st. Most universities in Texas now have followed our lead and now are announcing similar changes. More importantly, while the organization that these units has changed, our mission remains the same, as does our commitment to being a welcoming and supportive community. Let me be clear. My resolve to support the diverse student body, faculty, and staff is stronger than ever. It's at the heart of our commitment to student and employee success, and it's a foundation to our higher calling as a public institution. Second, yeah, go ahead. Second, over the past several months, I've had conversations with my cabinet and professional advisors about updating our university budget model. While the collaborative process to design our budget model would take a couple of years, I believe we should give the faculty time to engage in a focused academic program review around the same time. This review will involve 2 colleges, but could potentially impact others as well. First, the retirement of Dean Shaheen from the College of Applied Arts is a natural reflection point for the future of that college. Should it remain as it is, or should it be modified? Second, the recent launch of several large undergraduate programs and the proposed launch of multiple PhD programs in engineering present a time for us to consider splitting the College of Science and Engineering into 2 separate colleges. Later this month, Provost Bourgeois will establish 2 task forces comprised of faculty, staff, and administrators to explore the future of these 2 colleges. By the way, I have no claim on exactly what will happen. This has to be something that's done by the faculty. It's not something that I will decide on my own without recommendations from the faculty. Third, we will fill 2 more critical leadership positions as well. As you know, earlier this summer, my friends and colleagues, Provost Bourgeois and Vice President for Information Technology, Kim Pierce, announced their plans to start the next chapter of their lives. I'll be forever grateful for their leadership and their help to me and their mentorship during the first year of my time here. I'm glad they hung on for 1 more year to help me make that transition. But I do want to take this time to acknowledge them. I know we have Ken Pierce right here. Ken, will you stand, please? And Jean is here as well. I've lost Jean. I saw him here earlier, but I've lost him somewhere in the lights. The national searches have already begun to replace them, and the early signs are that a lot of people want to come to Texas State based on a number of highly qualified applicants that have already applied for Ken's position. Over 100 people have applied to serve in that role. I can assure you 3 things related to these searches. First, the search processes will be inclusive with many voices at the table. We're committed to making sure that these transitions run smoothly, and the positions will be filled by professionals who understand and embrace our vision and have the knowledge, skills, and experiences contribute in transformative and meaningful ways. As with all the changes we've made in the past year, we'll bring people together to enhance and expedite what we are capable of achieving. The better coordinated we are across divisions, the better equipped we are to serve our students and our employees and to streamline the systems they need to navigate. Now, back to why we're here, our students. Every Bobcat counts Every single student counts. And I know that you know that because I've watched you. Their experiences at Texas State have the potential to shape the people they become, and that's why our mission is everlasting. Student success remains at the heart of all that we do. Our student body is as diverse as the communities we serve. It's notable that about 61% of our student body is comprised of underrepresented minority groups. About 35% are Pell eligible, and about 43% are first-generation college students. We graduate over 8,000 students annually and are laser-focused on increasing student retention, graduation rates, and post-secondary success. Through our retention and graduation rates are the highest they've ever been. Nearly a quarter of our students don't graduate. We aren't satisfied with this number. We want every student who comes to Texas State to finish what we start. Just a few days ago, I addressed the freshman class. There's 8,000 freshmen here, the largest we've ever had. And I told them our goal is not to have the largest freshman class every year. Our goal is to have the largest graduating class every year. If any student who comes here that doesn't graduate here, we've missed the mark somehow. And they seemed enthusiastic about that as well. Our students need extra support more than ever before because of the challenge they face academically, economically, financially, socially. To share how we serve our students and give them the support they need, I'd like to invite Dr. Cynthia Hernandez, Vice President for Student Success, to come to the podium. Please help me welcome Dr. Hernandez.
Thank you, Dr. Danfus. No matter what initiative we undertake in the future, we dare not stray from our focus on ensuring that every student who placed their trust in us is given every opportunity to graduate and to be prepared for life after Texas State. These words were shared by President Danfus at a similar event last year right here in this arena. And with that charge, we set 6 stretch goals to elevate student success. Increasing our freshman retention rate from 80 to 85%, increasing our 4-year graduation rate from 33 to 37%, our 6-year graduation rate from 56 to 58%, and increasing our transfer student graduation rate from 61 to 64%. We also seek to decrease the retention disparities between demographic cohorts, and we hope to develop an institutional vision of student success to increase academic achievement, well-being, sense of belonging, and engagement. Now, we can't talk about student success without framing the conversations around who our students are. They are talented and committed. Almost half are first generation. Most will work at least a part-time job while taking classes, and many are struggling to meet the rising cost of living. More than ever before, they are focused on their own mental health and well-being. They are interested in developing positive relationships and committed to being their true, authentic selves. These needs and circumstances help define how we work together to help them succeed. And over the last 12 months, faculty, staff, academic advisors, others have contributed resources, energy, and expertise towards retention and post-graduation success initiatives. I don't have all day, so I'm only going to highlight a few of our many accomplishments thus far. To better serve the high percentage of students who are first in their family to attend college, we are hiring 2 new positions to work on first-generation initiatives, including our First Gen Proud efforts. Unfortunately, we still see about 20% of our first-year students land on academic probation after their first semester, putting their GPAs and their financial aid in jeopardy. To lower this number, we are partnering with faculty teaching general education courses to proactively identify students in the first 5 weeks who are trending towards academic trouble. For students who do land on probation, we are piloting a mandatory academic recovery program to help these students return to good academic standing. Similar to national trends, we have seen the rise in the utilization of personal and group counseling through our Texas State Counseling Center. To meet this increased demand, we are excited to partner with Timely Care, and we are launching the Timely Care app to provide 24-hour, 7 days a week access to virtual counseling and well-being services. This service is available to all enrolled Texas State students at all of our locations, even those who are studying abroad. This resource will help supplement the excellent services provided by our counseling center, our student health center, and our care team in the Dean of Students office. Evidence indicates that a student's sense of belonging improves academic outcomes, increases continuing enrollment, and is proactive for mental health. In an effort to enhance a student's sense of belonging, I'm excited to share that the Department of Student Involvement will expand in mission, focus, and staffing to become the Department of Student Involvement and Engagement. This new department will bring together the offices of student involvement, fraternity and sorority life, student government, leadership and service, and the student organizations and community-wide programming formerly supported by the Office of Student Connections and Belonging. We know that internship experiences are an important bridge from college to career, and this fall we will be adding a full-time position in our Career Center who will collaborate with the Excel Center in our academic colleges to promote internship development and increase participation in internships by our students. On the technology front, we adopted a new student success technology platform, EAB Navigate, to streamline day-to-day work and coordinate a holistic, effective approach to student success. Now, the ink is still wet on this contract, so it will be implemented a little later this fall. And finally, many thanks to the Presidential Commission on Student Success for all of the work that they have done thus far. They will continue their work this year looking at data, identifying areas for growth, and engaging the university community in conversations about how to further enhance the student experience. Our students choose Texas State because this is the place where they can be their best selves. Everyone sitting in this arena today and watching by live stream plays a part in making this happen. Together, we can help our students realize their dream of graduating from Texas State. Thank you for all the work that you do to support students. States up and go Cats.
Thank you, Cynthia. Speaking of live stream, I know many of our employees here on campus are watching this by live stream, but we also have a group in Round Rock that are watching. I just got a text while I was sitting here. My chief of staff, Lisa Lloyd, and a couple of deans are up there right now, but there are over 100 people in the Avery building watching this live stream right now. So hello to all of you there as well, and we'll hear more about Round Rock in just a few moments. One of the ways that we can elevate the student experience is to rise to the level of the top tier R1 Carnegie classification, otherwise known as our Run to R1. There are 10 research universities in the state of Texas. 9 of them are R1 and 1 of them is R2. By 2027, all 10 of those research universities will become R1 institutions. I'm excited about that effort. In the most recent legislative session, our state leaders put forward historic investments in higher education, including the creation of something called the Texas University Fund. This endowment, if it passes the voter referendum in November, can provide sustainable funding for 4 Texas universities, including Texas State. It's a game changer for us, not just for our university, but also for the state of Texas. Becoming an R1 institution will equip us to give our students more opportunities to engage in research, give our faculty more resources, and those are all great learning experiences for our students and for our faculty as well as they are creating new knowledge. Achieving R1 will create a ripple effect that stretches beyond the borders of our campuses. Our research has the potential to solve some of society's toughest challenges. With R1 designation comes new resources and partnerships that could strengthen our regional economy and innovation ecosystem. To tell us more about our research trajectory, I'd like to hand it over to Dr. Shreek Mandayam, Vice President for Research. Shreek, come share with us.
Thank you, President Danforth. Kelly. What an incredible time for research here at Texas State University. To prove that we are just not running, but racing to R1, here are some numbers. $140 million in research expenditures this year, which we have been awarded by federal agencies, the state government, private industries, and investment right here by the institution. We have invested $18 million, $12 million to recruit 100 new PhD students into existing PhD programs across the country, across the university. And additional investments planned to double the number of PhDs programs at Texas State. In addition, Texas State has invested $6 million in recruiting more than 30 postdocs across the university. So by the time the Carnegie Foundation classifies us in 2027, what we hope is that we'll be graduating about 75 to 100 PhD students, having more than 100 postdocs, and our research expenditures will continue to grow. So these numbers are important, but what does it mean for our people here at Texas State? So it means that PhD students like Brandon Burchell, he was a computer science major here, and as an undergrad, he worked on self-driving cars. He could have gone anywhere in the country for his PhD, but we retained him right here at Texas State with a competitive assistantship to work in Dr. Martin Birch's lab on high-speed data compression. It means that PhD graduates like Dr. Tony Moreno could work with the incredible Dr. Shatay Ashford-Hansford to continue her research on first-generation student success. And as a postdoc, in a competitive job market, she was able to secure a faculty position right here at Texas State. She's joining us as an assistant professor in the School of Social Work. So welcome back, Tony, Dr. Marina. It also means, these numbers mean that our faculty engage in research that change the lives of Texans, of Americans, and of citizens all over the world. Just a few examples of the strengths we have that our faculty demonstrate. Smart living, reflected in the work at the Materials Applications Research Center. Safe living, addressed by the work of the faculty at the Texas School Safety Center and ALERT. Healthy living, which is the focus of the faculty in the Translational Health Research Center. And sustainable living, which drives the work of the faculty in the Meadows Center for Water and the Environment. Just a few examples. And we are growing all research areas and new research areas. Dr. Danforth mentioned TUF, the Texas University Fund, potentially $1 billion permanent endowment for Texas State, which will require a popular vote of Texans on this November's ballot. So as a public employee in the state of Texas, I cannot tell you how to vote. But I will tell you this. This is a game changer. This is an extraordinary investment by the legislature in the future of Texas State University, an investment in our faculty, our staff, our students, our infrastructure, forever. I won't tell you how to vote, but vote your conscience. And for the new faculty and staff and students who have moved to Texas, please register to vote. I can tell you that, so please do that. So our amazing team in the Division of Research is here to support you on our run to R1. Thank you for running with us. It's my honor to serve you. Thank you.
Thank you, Shri. I'm proud that we're also celebrating today another record-breaking freshman class that reflects the fact that Texas State is a university of choice for Texas and beyond. In fact, for the first time in our history, Texas State is first. Let me repeat that. We are #1 among Texas universities in freshman applications submitted through Apply Texas for fall 2023. We are the most applied to school in the state of Texas. How cool is that? Although our freshman enrollment has consistently grown, overall enrollment at the university has remained relatively flat since 2016. We're hoping to change that this fall. We're predicting this fall that we'll approach 39,000 students, and if that comes to fruition, it will reflect a modest increase of about 1.5% from last year. I'll remind you that our highest enrollment ever was in 2016, some 8 years ago, when we had 38,808. So we have a chance of setting a record this fall. So why are we so focused on growing enrollment? First, it's because our state needs citizens that are equipped with a life-changing degree. And because we look like Texas, we have the awesome opportunity and responsibility to shape the future of our state with each graduating class. When our graduates are successful, Texas is successful. They are the future of Texas and of our workforce. Second, increases in enrollment generate more revenue, allowing us to do more with more. We'll be able to offer higher salaries, to hire more faculty and staff, to improve student services, to improve our support services, and to enhance our infrastructure with a growing student body. One way we plan to increase enrollment is to build our Round Rock campus. Our colleagues at the Round Rock campus have gathered for a watch party for today's event. Special shout out to the Round Rock folks over there, the BOBCATS in Round Rock. The future is incredibly bright for that campus. We're developing an aggressive plan to expand the campus's regional partnerships, degree programs, create research activity and creative activity, infrastructure, and so on. Elements of this plan have already been put in place, and the efforts are beginning to pay off. This morning, student headcount on the Round Rock campus is up 12%. Our Vice President for the Round Rock campus, Dr. Julie Lessiter, is hosting the watch party as we speak, and she has prepared a short video message for you. Let's watch.
First of all, I want to thank President Danfus and the leadership team for giving me this opportunity. The possibilities of how we position the Round Rock campus to have an impact on both our students and the community really excites me. I've met a number of faculty and staff already, and I've been truly impressed by the passion and commitment that I have seen and heard. You have well-respected academic programs, unique research opportunities, strong student support, and an influx of businesses that allow us to do really creative industry partnerships. Together, all of these things really help prepare our students to be successful in their careers and lives, and that will have a direct benefit to their communities in which they live. Here at Round Rock, we're going to build upon the great work that's already been done. Our aim is to expand community and business partnerships, add degree programs, elevate our research activity, and ensure we have adequate infrastructure and resources to accomplish these goals. We've already seen an increase in interest and enrollment for the fall. As we look to add more academic programs, we hope to continue this trend. I tell anyone who hasn't been to our campus, you need to come and visit. We welcome you and we'd love to show you our modern facilities. I look forward to sharing updates with you as we grow our Round Rock campus and help serve the Central Texas region. I can't wait to see what happens next.
Exciting days ahead in Round Rock, indeed. Another way that we plan to grow enrollment is to implement a global strategy. We are committed to growing the Texas State brand worldwide. To achieve this, we will enhance our efforts to recruit international students to come to Texas State and expand our academic programs offered online and in other countries and through regional partnerships. After an extensive national search, Dr. Attila Sivakumaran joined Texas State in June. He hit the ground running this summer, leading the new division on Texas State Global. Though he's only been with us for over 2 months, he has already set in motion several exciting initiatives. He and his team have worked quickly to expand our international recruitment for online and in-person programs, to create continuing education programming for the Round Rock campus, to prepare online doctoral program proposals, to develop partnerships with universities overseas and closer to home. Fruits of their labor are already paying off, with freshman international student enrollment up 42% and overall international student enrollment up 29% compared to last year. We'll share more news about the division for Texas State Global this fall, but I'd like to ask Tilla to stand up to wave so we can recognize him and his hard work of his team. Welcome to the Texas State family, Tilla. I mentioned strategic planning earlier, and I'm excited about our bold new plan, but as Peter Drucker once wrote, culture eats strategy for breakfast. At this event last year, I said that I would like to reach all of our goals, and to be able to do so, we would do more with more. And sometimes you have to be careful what you say, because I was reminded throughout the year, you said more with more, where's the more? And I wish I could have gotten there earlier, but we have done a lot, and we have done it with more. I'm pleased that we've taken significant steps in keeping that promise. We are investing, for example, $12.3 million in our employees this year. We've made targeted investments in departments and programs that fuel our hopes and aspirations high. These investments reflect our appreciation for your dedication and service. Please know that my commitment to making Texas State an employer of choice will continue. We have more to do, so let's keep working together to make this a great place to serve, to learn, to work. Now I'd like to ask Eric Algo, Executive Vice President for Operations and our Chief Financial Officer, to share more about the university's financial position and our efforts to make this a great place to live, to work, and to serve. Eric.
Thank you, Dr. Danfus. I joined Texas State University 8 years ago now, and I've had the awesome responsibility and opportunity to help shepherd our finances and our facilities with the help of my great team to prepare us for this moment. I'm happy to report that our financial reserves are deep and that our financial outlook is strong. This puts us in rare company across the higher education landscape nationally. Our financial good fortune is a combination of a disciplined approach to budget and planning in the past, combined with a very favorable outcome in the legislative session that ended this summer. Those legislative outcomes included an increase to our formula funding, an increase to the amount the state reimburses us for students who participate in the Hazelwood Legacy Program, and as Dr. Mandeum and Dr. Danfus have mentioned, the creation of the Texas University Fund. I also won't tell you how to vote. It truly is a great time to be in Texas. I want to focus my comments, though, on our efforts to make Texas State the best place for our employees to work and to live. As Dr. Danfus mentioned, we have invested more money this year into employee salary increases than we have ever done in the past. The $12 million that he's referenced was for merit increases and our first ever cost of living increase. Additionally, we have committed $1.75 million to addressing our most pressing faculty salary equity issues, a plan which will come into place in the next 45 days and be implemented this fall. And we have invested an additional $4 million in other raises and new benefit programs. I'm particularly pleased to announce that we will implement a $30,000 annual minimum wage for full-time employees this fall, which will result in raises of more than 25% for some of our hardest working employees. All told, we'll invest more than $17 million in new funding for our existing employees this year. This amount is more than double what we have ever invested in a single year in the past. We truly are doing more with more. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't recognize that pay is not the only thing that matters in your decision to work for Texas State, but I know it might be the most important thing. Texas State already offers many benefits that other universities in Texas do not. For example, our staff longevity program awards automatic 1.5% raises every other year for your first 8 years of employment. Our faculty hiring policy requires us to hire new faculty at competitive market-based wages. We grant employees 2.5 hours a week of paid leave for their personal wellness regimen. We offer comp time to salaried employees. Our discounted employee meal plans are the best deal in Texas. And our flexible remote work policy, love it or hate it, is the standard most other schools want to emulate. These are all Texas State University specific benefits. Other university employees, other state employees don't receive any of those benefits. However, we aren't satisfied with what we are doing. We're also focused on bringing our employees new and improved benefits, like new retirement options for those of you in our optional retirement plan, a dramatically improved employee assistance program. Beginning this fall, our first ever employee dependent tuition discount, new optional health insurance offerings, and new ways to make the processes you have to use, like purchasing and hiring, easier. Yeah, that deserves some applause. We're also launching the University Master Plan update this fall, where all of you and many of our community members will have an opportunity to share ideas for the future vision of our physical campuses. Finally, I'm pleased to share with you that Dr. Danfus just this week approved funding 16 more new faculty or new staff positions. That's in addition to all of the new faculty positions that we have added over the summer to be ready for this fall. With this last round of new positions, we have now restored as many positions as we lost during COVID. This is a major milestone, as we hope to see the first overall enrollment growth at the university in 7 years and maybe set a new record for total enrollment. We will do so with the largest total number of employees in our history. Now, with all that good news to share, I do have one favor to ask. Be proud to be a Bobcat. As we continue to grow, we need all of you and a whole lot of people who don't work for us yet to be a part of our team. Please go and tell your friends, your social media networks, your family, we're hiring. Thank you, Dr. Danfus, back to you.
Thank you, Eric, and thank you to all the cabinet members that worked so hard to make sure that we are continuously pursuing our hopes and aspirations high. That was indeed great news. Sometimes people wonder, why do you put the budget guy at the very end? It's because we had so much good news. We want to end on a great note. I'm so proud of our Texas State University community. We are not afraid to dream big, to take bold action. We aren't afraid to create our future. Many universities across the country are struggling financially and with enrollment pressures and dealing with several different other social problems as well. We are in an enviable position. able to do new things and to plan for a bright future. Our alumni spread across Texas and beyond after graduation. They take with them the values they learned as Bobcats, and you are integral to that experience they had here. You are part of the years that shaped them, not only as educated, productive citizens, but also as people. So it's truly impossible to measure your impact except by looking at the success of our alumni. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Please keep up the great work. You are changing lives every day. We'll end today's event with some musical performances, first from our talented musical theater students, and then I'd like you all to join us in singing the alma mater led by Nicholas Detmer. After that, I will lead us all in the Texas State chant. It's pretty easy. It's Texas and State. You'll get it. It's no accident that our vision for the university's future is framed after a lyric in our alma mater, hopes and aspirations high. This song is a rallying cry, something that binds us together as colleagues, as students, as graduates, and as Bobcats far and wide. Thank you all for coming today, and thank you for your service to this great university. I wish you a great academic new year. Students.
There is no future, there is no past. We live this moment as our last.
Once I was afraid, but then you came along. You put your faith in me and I was challenged to be strong.
When I lost my way, you were there to see me through.
Now let us lend some love and do the same for you. Feed your fire to take you higher. We'll light you up like a live wire. Celebrate you to elevate you when you struggle to stand. We'll take a helping hand. If you hit the dust, let me raise you up. And your bubble bust, let me raise you up. If you're glitter rust, let me raise you up. Raise you up. Raise you up. Raise you up. Never put much heart in anything before. You strut into my life and helped me go for something more. Now I stand up for myself. Now I stand out from the crowd. Now I'm standing on my own if they could see me now.
There's only us. There's only this. Forget, regret, or life is yours to miss. No other road, no other way, no day but today.
O alma mater set upon the green hills, with turrets pointing upward to the sky, we yield to thee our love and our devotion, mother of hopes and aspirations high. Thy spirit urges us to deeds of valor, raising the fallen, cheering the oppressed. Thy call will echo clearly down the ages, dear alma mater, mother loved and blessed.
Thank you, Nicholas, and thank you to our musical theater program. I learned this year that we have a top 5 musical theater program in the country. Yeah, you can tell why. I asked Caitlin Hopkins how to become the #1 musical theater program, and she gave me a plan like the next day. And so we're going to start working on that. Thank you guys for representing us so well, representing the student body. Thank you, Nicholas, for leading us. Now we'll close with a Texas State yell, cheer, all right? So it's very easy. I'll say Texas, you say state. I'll say Texas, you say state. I'll say Texas, you say state. And then we'll go eat 'em up, eat 'em up, eat 'em up, eat 'em up. Go Cats, go. We'll do that 2 times, right? All right. You guys ready? All right. Texas! 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 Eat 'em up, go Cats, go! Eat 'em up, go Cats, go! Thank you so much. Have a great day. We'll see you tonight at the picnic.